Football fans already know the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles are in Glendale, Arizona, getting ready for Super Bowl LVII.
Both teams are looking to be crowned Super Bowl champions for the second time in the last 5 years. We want to welcome now Malcolm Jenkins. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion himself with the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. He's also a civil rights and social justice activist, and he spearheads multiple initiatives tackling mental health, brain health, and the fight against CTE and the NFL. Malcolm, it is an honor to have you with us, sir. Okay, so
welcome, Malcolm.
We can probably guess who you're pulling for this weekend as a former Eagle. As someone who just recently stepped away from the game, just let's start off because everybody wants to talk about the Super Bowl. What are you expecting from this matchup this year?
Man, I think it's going to be a great matchup, right? I think we're used to seeing the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes making Super Bowl appearances or playing late in the year. But for Jalen Hurts and this Eagles team, they've had a lot of questions coming into the year. Could he be the one? Was he ready to be a franchise quarterback? And the story and the season that they've had has just been phenomenal. So I think you'll see, this phenomenal kind of story come to a head. And, who I'm rooting for, fly Eagles fly. But I think it'll just be a great cap on a phenomenal season and a great story for Jalen Hurts and that Eagles team.
And we all know that when it comes to the Super Bowl, there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of folks watching. There's a lot of excitement. But there are men's health on the line as well, these players. You, of course, are a strong advocate, raising awareness about CTE. The NFL has been a bit more transparent about what its doctors have discovered. A new Boston University study found 91.7% of former players suffer from that brain condition. Do you think the league is doing enough right now to protect players?
Well, I think that's always been in question, right? And as we even as a society learn more and more about the brain, the question is always like, who's doing something about it? And I think as players, we always look to the NFL for those answers. And now being out of it, one of the things I've done is continue to look for those. So I've joined as an advisor to a company called Nestry, which is founded by former football players that are dealing specifically with brain health and cognitive training, that are not just looking at the damage and the statistics that say that we'll be facing these things, but how are we looking at the solutions and moving forward from just looking at illness and medication, but looking at training and performance when it comes to the brain. And I think those conversations have not been had yet. And I'm super excited about, what Nestry is doing. I really think they'll be the next company that ushers us into raising the baseline of human potential when you talk about brain fitness and brain and healthy lifestyles.
I love that, raising the baseline for human potential. That's wonderful. Well, Malcolm, it's really great to talk to you because part of the problem is they love the sport, they want to root for the Super Bowl, but players, but with CTE, it's all something that I think gets into people's heads. You spell things out in such a beautiful way with your first book coming out soon. It's entitled What Winners Won't Tell You, Lessons from a Legendary Defender. The book, we need to mention, is being published by Simon & Schuster. It's a subsidiary of our parent company, Paramount. You beat Tom Brady in Super Bowl 53. Tell us how you got him to write the foreword, and what lessons are you hoping to share with readers, especially ones who are trying to figure out how they feel about all this?
Yeah, I think, for one, Tom has been probably my favorite person to compete against. Obviously, he's the greatest quarterback to play our game of all time. And so for him, to bless me with the foreword was amazing. But I've learned a lot just as a competitor and watching him, competing against him. And he's somebody who's a proved winner. And, the story, the lessons are really my life through, what I learned in football. So even, pulling out lessons like poise is something that I've had to really use in my life in a lot of different areas, whether, you're a leader, you're on the field, you're at a high performing job. Poise is always going to be something that you need to do, blocking out distractions, focusing on what matters, and sometimes, taking on some heat that is unwarranted. And I think, you look at the Eagles right now, I think Jalen Hurts is the perfect, example of poise in both of these quarterbacks. And those things win. And so for me, it's some football, obviously, but it's also these things that I've done in life, whether it be social activism, business, family, being a single father, all of these things that have really not been at the forefront of my narrative, are now, I get a chance to shed light on some of those things, to add some context to, what people already know about my life and my career.
Raising
Very
the
nice.
potential for human understanding. Malcom Jenkins, thank you.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Thank you.